Miss Val, the butterfly. Hi guys. I haven't posted a YouTube video in almost 2 years, so I thought that this would be a life update video. Okay, so since my last post, it was a vlog in high school, and I went to college at Gordon State College for a year. I loved it, kinda. It was kind of bland, like not bland, but boring sometimes because it was a small campus. It wasn't a huge like university. But I went there for a year. I majored in education. I wanted to be a teacher at some point, but now I have other plans. I'll get back to that. But my first semester at Gordon State College was pretty cool. I made decent grades. I met new people, lots of friends. I was kind of getting my name out there. It wasn't intentionally, but I did. Oh yeah, and I also had like a allergic reaction for the first time in my whole life. I'm allergic to cats and dogs, but this allergic reaction was major. Like, I'm talking about my face was swelling up, my throat was swelling up, my tongue was swelling. I had to go to the ambulance. They had to drive me off to a hospital nearby. It was horrible. But it was pine nuts, I believe, that I was allergic to. And ever since then, I be questioning, like, what's in this? Pine nuts in here? Like, But besides that, it was a great first semester. My second semester, I, dabbled more into weed, and I was just experimenting at the time. I kind of lost track of like my grades because I was so in tune with like weed and everything about weed. Yeah. And then I experimented with a drug called acid. I'm gonna tell you, like, my trip was amazing. Like, the only thing about it that I didn't like was seeing an evil snowman on the wall. That was kind of crazy. I was just like, oof, y'all seeing this? Like, but, yeah, I did that. It was a nice little trip, stay up to like 9 a.m., like, just hanging out with my friends while on acid. Yeah. But I do believe in experimenting, but experimenting means you do it one time. Not twice, one time. So for me, I will never do it again. I swear to you, because of this. A month later, after me trying the LSD, right? I started not being paranoid, but I had like multiple stages of like me hearing things. As in like voices, like people talking about me. And then I got diagnosed with schizophrenia, and I just remember like being in denial about it, because I was just like, this is not happening. Like, I'm too healthy, like common sense, like this can't be true, right? But like a couple more weeks after that, after like being diagnosed with it, I was in a mental institution for a month. That's how I got diagnosed. I was in an institution for a month. Let me tell you about that. That place is no joke. I seen people cutting their wrists, blood, like puddles of blood right there standing next to them. I seen people get naked. I seen people throwing Bibles. I seen people fighting. It was horrible. And the whole time I'm there, I just felt like I was rotting. Like, I just didn't like where I was, Just doing the same thing every day and having to go on their schedule just sucked for me. It felt like prison, but the food was better. The living situation was better. But, I couldn't leave it. So that just made me feel closed in and caged like an animal. So I smoked my first cigarette there, actually. my first cigarette. And now it's a year on and I'm still smoking cigarettes. Yes, that place made me, because that's the only thing we could do, was smoke a cig to, like relax ourselves. And at the time I had voices, like hearing shit. So a cigarette would calm me down and like just take away the emotions of constantly hearing things. And when I tell you I heard things, I'm talking about like it could have been at least 50 different voices, male and female voices in my head. And those voices, I could like not discriminate. Like I could tell who is who by name or by voice. I could tell who is who. And, I would have like my voices tell me to do things. There's so much more to this story that I'm gonna put out there in the world. But I did things that they told me to do. I do regret it. I do feel like I should have like stopped and looked at what I'm doing and why they're making me do this. Is this real? Is this logical? But I didn't, because I thought that this was like God, or I thought this was like somebody telling me to do this, that I must do it, But there's so much more. But now, a year later, after being diagnosed, I currently hear about maybe 2 or 3 voices now. Maybe 2. But it's hard to like know who is who now, because I don't hear them as often no more. So I don't really know which voice goes to who. So sometimes it just seems like 2 people. But they're both males, I know that. If you hear loud stomping, it's my siblings upstairs. Yeah. But that's my life update. But now, where'd it go? I am enrolled in school. So I'm going back to school with a new major. This time, not for education. This time, I'm going to school to be a medical assistant, which means I'll be having to give shots, draw blood, and all that good stuff. And since I get around 16 shots a year, and every 6 months, okay, my mom texts me. But since I get 16 shots a year, and every 6 months I get blood work done, I kind of have a good understanding of what to do, I mean, needles still kind of like scare me. Like, I don't want to see blood, but I will have to do it just to be in this field, because this is like where I truly want to go. So I'm gonna work my double ASS off. You feel me? Like, this is what I want to do with my life. I know this now. I don't want to be a teacher because I was homeschooling my siblings. And I just remember being so frustrated that they couldn't get this right. But eventually after a certain amount of time and consistency, they got it right. And I taught them their ABCs, all of it by heart. And I taught them their numbers almost by heart. But they have kind of struggled with that a little bit. But, so I am going to school. That's my life update. I'm sorry if this was too long. If you did stay the whole entire time, please leave a like and subscribe for my vlog coming up next. I will be vlogging my vacation. I go on vacation Sunday morning, and I'll be there for like 5 or 4 days. So stay tuned. So I'm editing this video, and I want to say that my rare gene that causes schizophrenia is only triggered by psychedelic drugs, meaning LSD, acid, or shrooms, or all that stuff. But if you'd like to see a different video concerning these topics and my experiences, leave a comment in the below, whatever, and I'll make another video.